Yeah, I'm reviewing this. You're probably wondering why. It's not geared towards me, and by me I mean like someone who's in his teens, and also just given the quality bump, I just figured, you know what? I just want to get my thoughts on it because I have time. And also, I'm kind of in a grumpy mood right now, given I've had a lot of computer problems. I tried to record a Powerpuff Girls vlog earlier today, but my computer was like moving so sluggish that I was in the mood for it. But that did put me in the mood to record this video because I do not like the show. I don't hate this show, but I just don't like it. So, and I'm doing a season overview just because like everything I have to say about the show is just very general, very sorry, I'm blanking out. Very like non-specific. Like it's stuff that I can just talk about the show in general. Like I don't need to go into specific episodes. I mean, if like Uncle Grandpa, if it has like a big game changer episode, I might talk about that, but more than likely, unless like something drastically changes, this is more or less going to be my review of the show. And I saw season one of it, so this is more season one overview. If anything changes after I see season two, I'll probably do another video of it. But anyway, so let me just get into it. So I started watching Uncle Grandpa because I'm watching Steven Universe and trying to catch up on that because I keep hearing it's a wonderful show. Doug says he's going to vlog about it eventually once him and Rob are done doing their real thoughts videos, which their time. And I heard there was an Uncle Grandpa crossover, and I wanted to familiarize myself with Uncle Grandpa so that way when the crossover happened, I have both ends of it. And at first I was like repulsed and weirded out, but I was like, okay, what the heck is this show? And then I thought, okay, maybe if I give it a chance, I'll warm up. Because, there have been some shows where I wasn't too big on it at first, but after a few episodes I warmed up. Like, I wasn't too big on the first episode of True Detective, and I really enjoyed the second episode now that I knew what the show was and could accept it for what it was. But I think a more reasonable comparison would probably be Adventure Time. I was completely weirded out by the first episode, but I gave it a chance, gave it a few episodes, and eventually I warmed up to it. And then there came a point when I really loved Adventure Time, and I like it now. It's just, I don't know. I feel like they've sort of like done everything they can do with the show, and it's sort of like reached the point where they probably should wind down or get some creative spark, but I digress. So I watched a few more episodes of Uncle Grandpa, and they did, I mean, I stopped being repulsed by it, but I just don't like the show. That's not to say it's not bad. There are some creative ideas, but overall, I just really don't care for it. So, in case you don't know, Uncle Grandpa is basically about this guy who's an Uncle Grandpa. He's part uncle, part grandpa, and he travels around in this RV with this giant dinosaur character named Mr. Gus, voiced by very wonderfully by Kevin Michael Richardson, and this self-centered, egotistical slice of pizza with sunglasses named Pizza Steve, I'll get to him in a bit. And if you're wondering why I'm talking quietly, it's because I'm in a house with people and I don't want to disturb them. And oh yeah, and of course there's belly bags. So Uncle Grandpa basically drives around. Every now and then the RV will crash into someone and will help make a children's day, or more appropriately, he'll ruin their day, then make it through some silly convoluted way. And it lends itself to silly gags and shenanigans. Now, there are some amusing parts of the episode, like, the show, like, and every episode's sort of its own thing. It's doesn't have any continuity or serialization. Each episode's just its own random wacky thing. And there are some good things to show, like again, the concept of a crazy wacky guy helping people out for random adventures is fun. Like he's helping this girl gain her confidence to drive, and wacky hijinks ensue, stuff like that. But so you're wondering where it goes wrong. Well, surprisingly enough, the weirdness isn't the problem. I mean, in fact, I think the weirdness is the show's greatest strength. I like how it's constantly messing with continuity, or how like one room, a very tiny room, will be very big on the outside, or Uncle Grandpa will be standing here, and then another one will show up. Like, or just how very imaginative the show can be. Like, there's this one episode where they follow, like, in order to get a treasure, they follow the activity game on the back of a children's menu and it leads them to treasure, and it's very fun. But I think what ultimately weighs the show down is I don't really connect with anyone. In fact, the show can often just be really mean spirited at times. And again, the character's ultimately what it boils down to. Mr. Gus is fine. I mean, he's like the one serious, relatable character, and Kevin Michael Richardson does a wonderful job voicing him. Uncle Grandpa can be hit or miss. Sometimes he can be amusing, but I think oftentimes he's just annoying, from the voice to, the fact that he's often more annoying people than helping them. And the worst is Pizza Steve, who, again, as I said before, he's constantly selfish, constantly everything he does. At no point do we like him because his entire character is selfish and thinking about himself. Whenever he screws up, he always blames it on someone else. It's just really unpleasant to watch, and he has this really unpleasant voice, like Pizza Steve, and